Hi, Harold Roscoe here, and welcome to the WP Local Search Supremacy plugin inside view video. I'm going to take you inside the plugin as it's installed on a WordPress site, and I'm going to show you exactly what each module does, but perhaps more importantly, I'll explain to you why it's important what each module does to both your local search results and also the overall user experience on a website. So without any further ado, let's head on over to WordPress. And I have the plugin installed, and you'll see once it is installed, you'll see a Supremacy plugin thing here in the sidebar. And I'll click on that and we'll see all the modules. So we have the call to action, we have the Google Maps insertion, business address, business hours, social media, business review sites, KML files, Geo Site Map Manager, plugin licensing, and settings. So we'll start with the call to action. And the first thing I want to show you is every single module has a help button up in the top right corner. And if you go up to it, it'll open up this box that'll explain to you how to use the module. And if you still need help, there's a link to log into the WP Emporium where all the training videos are. Now there's a training video for every single module. So between the information that's here and the videos that's there, you'll know exactly what to do with each module. Now the call to action box is a universal box. You can do whatever you want with it. You can put a image in there, a logo in there, a call to action, call us today for your 50% coupon on our widgets. I've put an example form code from Aweber in here, and we'll take a look what that looks like. Now, all these modules can either appear in a sidebar or any widgetized area or on any page or post on your website. If you want it on a page or post, you simply copy the shortcode here and paste it in using either the visual or HTML editor on a page or post, and the content of that module will appear on the page. To activate the any module in the sidebar, you just go over to Appearances, you go to Widgets, you move the call to action box, in this case, over into your sidebar or whatever widgetized area you want. And then we'll go take a look at what the site looks like. And there's our, that's a very basic opt-in form from Aweber. I would suggest something a little nicer, but in any case, that shows you exactly the power of that call to action box. And there was that headline, contact us today, that I had. You'll see it up here. And there's a headline. You can specify whatever you want and choose to display it or not display it. All right, moving along, let's go to the Google Maps insertion. This is one of the favorite two modules that I have. It's ridiculously easy to put a Google Maps in. Before, you've always had to go over to Google Maps and get the code and mess with the code to make it look exactly how you want, or you had to go get the longitude, latitude, paste it in. Not with this. All you need to do is click on the geolocator tool. A little window is going to open up. And all you need to do is put an address in. I'll put a popular zip code for the United States in to Beverly Hills. You can move the marker, to the exact address that you want. So I have a specific address here. I click return data and it populates all the information. So we have the full address, longitude, latitude, street address, postal code, city, everything we need. I can specify a title up here again. I just have find us here. I've chosen to display that. I can specify the zoom level right from world view right into a very specific zoom level. I can specify the page and post map height. I'll do 500 and the map width on a page or post. And I can also do the sidebar map height and the sidebar map width. Now it's important that you have options for the two of these because obviously on a page or post you can show a much bigger map than you could in a sidebar. So for the sidebar, let's do a height of 300 and we'll go to 250. Here's our shortcode. Drop this into any page or post and your map's going to appear there. Very straightforward. There's also a second option for the map. If you come down here and you turn on the custom embed code, you can put the embed code of the map here or any embed code for any map that you want. You could go over to Google Maps, grab a code, drop it in, and the plugin will handle that as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. The Google Maps insertion page also does something else. It's going to create metadata tags in your header of your website with your address, longitude, and latitude, further giving the search engines evidence to exactly where the business is located. So many people skip little things like that, the address metadata tags, that when you start doing these things, it really, really helps the performance of your search engine optimizations on a local level. I'm going to go ahead and click on Update. And then I'll go over to the widgets. And I'll just take the Google Maps insertion, I'll put it on top of that call to action, and let's go take a look. Refresh the page. And there is our map. This is a fully dynamic map. I can zoom in, I can click on it, I can go over to Google, get driving instructions, I can zoom out, I can move it. It's great. It works perfectly. All right, so let's move to the next item in the Supremacy plugin, and that is the business address. While this may look straightforward, this is one of the most powerful modules. I guess this and the Google Maps insertion in terms of SEO performance. I have this filled with some example text of a fictitious business, and you can see that there. This is going to generate the address on the page, either in the sidebar in a page or post, but it's also going to wrap this in micro data tags. Now, if you're familiar with schema.org, that was created by Google, MSN, Yahoo, the biggest search engines in the world. They got together, if you can believe that, and they created a site called schema.org. And this is something that they've agreed upon for people who build websites on how to micro tag information on the websites. There's all kinds of different categories to micro data tagging. We've included the local business tags here. And I will show you on the website source code exactly what's going to happen here. So I'm going to click on update. Here's our address. We'll go to widgets. We'll drop our business address in right at the top. Click on refresh here. So there's the address. That's great. Contact information, a little bit about the business. Let's go look at the source code. If I come down here, here is the address. So instead of just being written information, the phone number, every single piece of information in that address is tagged. So this is comparable to tagging images. We've always been able to tag images with alternate text and keywords. Well, we're doing the same thing here, except Google's begging us to do it. And if you're not doing this, it's something that you need to start doing. Whether you use the plugin or not to do it, you need to start doing this. The plugin just makes it ridiculously easy to do it. It gives you a very data-rich page, and it's going to really help your search engine optimization on any website on the local level. Okay, so that's the address. And we'll move down to the social media. Oh, I skipped one, pardon me. We'll go to the business hours. Business hours, very straightforward. Again, there's the title. You can set the days of the week that you open and close. You can have close on any given day. And of course, there's the short code. We'll go take a very quick look at that. Business hours, and maybe we want that below the call to action. Refresh. And there's our store hours. You can, of course, change that title. And every day of the week. So this is great information for people looking at your local business to have. I should mention that any of these modules can be added or dropped from the sidebar, however you want to use it. All right, social media. I don't need to explain to you how important social media is and what Google thinks about it. They want a social media presence. Why not point them right there? I know a lot of people have obviously social media links on their websites already. We just make it really, really easy to get it onto your website without having to do any HTML or linking or hosting images or anything. All you need to do is click on the choose a logo. We supplied a bunch of ones you can use yourself, or upload your own logo here. I'll do an example, Google Plus logo. Update. Logo is going to appear in the sidebar. You can size it with the width. The height will automatically size itself, and then all you need to do is put in the link to your website. Update. And we'll go over to appearance. And we'll drag the social media. Maybe we want to have that right below our address. And we'll go take a look. There's my Google. Find us on Google Plus, and there's my link right over to Google. And you can put up to 4 of those in there. Very powerful, very easy. You saw how quickly I just added the link to the website. Business review sites. This is something that everyone's overlooking. If you do any work with Google, Google Places, Google Local, you'll know how important local review websites are. Things like Yelp, Merchant Circles, local.com. There's all kinds of them you can use, but again, it's more social proof to the search engines about your business, and why not link there? And by linking there, you might get visitors to go and leave reviews there. So the functionality works in the exact same way as the social media. We've got some default ones here. You can upload whatever you want here as well, and you can link to the specific logo as you see fit. So we'll go over and we'll take a quick look at that. We'll drag the business review sites and we'll put that right below social media and have a look. There we are. Read what others are saying about us on Yelp in this case, and there's the link over to yelp.ca. All right, so down to the KML file and GeoSitemap managers. Now, if you don't know what a KML file or a GeoSitemap is, no worries, you're about to learn. If you go to the video at the WP Emporium, I go into exactly what it's all about and why it's important to use. What the plugin does is it makes it ridiculously easy to add these files to your website root directory. You don't have to monkey around with FTP. You basically find the file and pop it in there. I've given a link to a free KML file and GeoSitemap generation site. There's tons of them on the internet. This is the one that I really like. So go ahead and you can generate your KML file and GeoSitemap there. Save it to your computer. Then you're just going to come here. You're going to locate the KML file on your computer. You're going to locate the GeoSitemap file on your computer, update, and those files are now in the root directory of your website. No FTP. And here's the exact address to those file locations. If you're not using KML files and GeoSitemaps in your SEO work, you need to be. And you can also take this GeoSitemap and go drop it in your Google Webmaster Tools sitemaps file, and Google will help you, and thank you for it. The last couple modules, plugin licensing, I go over that in the download, installation, and licensing module. Basically, that's the license for your plugin to activate it when you purchased it. And settings, that's the last module. Some themes will allow you to set the sidebar width from our settings panel here. Other ones won't, but most themes you can set the sidebar width in the theme settings panel as well. All right, so that's a very, very quick run through of the Supremacy plugin features and options. It's an incredibly powerful tool. You saw how quickly I just added all this information to my website. It has micro data tags wrapped around the address, has a fully dynamic Google map, and you add this to any website and I guarantee you it's going to help your search engine results. Let's go quickly and I'll just show you the short code. I'm going to grab the Google map. So we've done 500 by 500. I'll grab the short code. We'll go over to pages. We're in the visual editor here. There's our nice graphic that we have. I'm going to put the short code right there. I will click on update, refresh the page here, and there's our 500 by 500 Google map, and of course we can change the size to that as well. All right, that's it for the overview of the WP Local Search Supremacy plugin. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask in the forum here in the thread, PM us, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. And if you have any, you still have some questions, send a PM and I'll be happy to hit you up on Skype. All right, hope you enjoyed the video, and you can jump down now and choose which level of the Supremacy plugin will make sense for you and your business.